Hello and welcome to Garblag Games. Tonight we have episode 2 of season 2 of Fractured Empire, our what was once Fantasy Flight Games, but now Edge Studios Star Wars role-playing game Edge of the Empire. Did I forget anything? I don't think so. Oh yeah. Trying to get one as long as that Mercy of the Icons thingy of the thingy, but just can't scratch up enough subtitles. Cool. Okay, well, we've got our lovely players, and we're going to get started with some introductions. We're going to go around. I'm Pete the Games Master, and I'm going to hand you over to Roger.
Havan, the human smuggler. Scoundrel.
Smuggler. Scoundrel.
I forgot my subclass for a second.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Oh, yeah.
Dan M. The original Dan.
Hi, I'm Dan M, the original Dan, known to some. And I am playing Nyruk, the Wookiee technician.
Excellent. Any wise words from Nyruk yet?
Let's save it for later.
Okay, cool.
Let's save it for later. I haven't practiced enough.
Okay, no worries. Go on mute and do a bit of practice in the room. Other Dan.
Well, with the real Dan, please stand up. No, sorry. I am Dan, and I am playing Taslin Drennick, a Mandalorian hired gun bodyguard.
Cool. And last but not least.
Oh, that's me. Hello, my name's Millie. My character is Ellie 405. I'm getting it wrong already. So what is she? Colonist Politico is the class, but really it's a manifest droid.
Mouthy robot, right?
Mouthy robot was the brief. Yeah, mouthy robot.
Cool. Awesome. A great crew already, and we had lots of fun in the first session. Unfortunately, we couldn't be here last week. The real world intervened, so we didn't have a session last week, but we are here and carrying on. Okay, so should we do the dice bit now, Millie, do you reckon? Or should we do the recap?
I don't know. Let's recap and then do dice.
Let's do the recap. Okay, so last time on Fractured Empire, our crew on the Wayfarer were headed down to Malastair, being called there by Clem Lacuva, a friend of Kavan's, kind of friendly rivalry going on between them. And someone else who'd worked for General Lofax, who is a prominent member of the Rebels in the area. The Rebels are still around, even though the New Republic is a thing, because those New Republic people who now have peace on their planets are the softies, and the Rebels are the ones who want to see the Empire completely destroyed. And in this area, the Empire remnant, after the destruction of the second Death Star and the death of the Emperor, is the Eriadu Authority, and they follow the Tarkin doctrine of ultimate fear and terror. So, lovely chaps. And you've gone down to Malastair because Clem had sent you a strange message saying, I'm heading to Malastair, and I could do with a bit of help. Kavan, could you come and help me? 40. And you'd arrived and found her ship there. The crew were a bit nonplussed. And Clem was off to meet with anyone remember the name of the governor?
Hang on, I've written it on a bit of paper.
Extra points.
Is it Vinka Rustine?
That's the one.
Oh,
The Gran, yes. The Gran
I've just put it underneath it. Yeah.
Heverplex, the city that you've arrived at. And they were going to meet at the pod race, the Phoebus Memorial Run tonight. It's a big, massive pod race through different terrain around the edge of the city. And she'd gone off to the mining union to do some trade, and you had followed after. However, you'd had a bit of an altercation with some authority troopers, and although they'd let you off and not started shooting, they did decide to follow you. So you headed into the city, which is quite industrial, if you remember, and got to the mining union, kind of dirty industrial red brick piping and tubes and walkways and gantries, all that kind of feel. You know, the odd stack that's got like a little coming out the top, that kind of thing. And you headed in, and 2 bits of information were found out. One at the desk by LE405, that Clem had got a trade set up in Warehouse 12A, and another when Nyruk had like somehow figured out the top level security access on the kind of welcome computer panel with 7 successes, I think it was, and got into security footage of Clem in the building going to Administrator Vrift's office. So you thought, okay, that's in this building, so we'll go there. You headed upstairs and got to the office, and as you did, you saw the door was ever so slightly open. There was blood on the handle, and from behind you, Taslin heard, with the Triumph, which we'll talk about in a moment, the authority troopers come out of the elevator behind you and say, they went that way. You could tell it was the authority troopers because they have that, you know, like stormtroopers kind of talk. Yeah. So that's where we are. And a couple of people had watched and sort of asked, what were you talking about when you said a triumph? What does that mean? Well, what I would advise people to do is follow this link that's about to appear in the chat, or that's in the video description below if you're watching back on YouTube later, and go to storyspanner.net. They've done a really good cheat sheet, a set of cheat sheets for the system, because it does take a little bit of getting used to, but once you do, it's a really cool narrative dice system. And it sort of centers around, hang on, I've got dice cam for this special situation. It centers around 6 dice. That's quite bright there, isn't it? Suddenly, it's normally quite dark. And the dice along the top here are the good dice, and the dice along the bottom here are the bad dice. And they roll a set of these dice based on your skill level and your attribute, the difficulty, and any other governing factors. And then you kind of compare and remove certain values, and I've put on the overlay, our viewers can see.
Oh, cool! Yeah.
The pairs that cancel each other out. So triumph and despair, success and failure. So a failure cancels a success, a threat cancels an advantage, and you've got these funky symbols. You roll these dice, you cancel out all the ones, and then the symbols you're left over with, they are your result. And then we together as a group get to interpret that result. And you can see there's different dice here. So we've got the proficiency dice. This is the yellow D12, best kind of die in the box. A green D8, which is your ability die. And then this die over here, this other good die, is called a boost die. So you might be, you may have the high ground and get a boost die, for example. And then here below we have the challenge die, which is the bad die, the most powerful D12. You have the purple D8, which is a difficulty die. You'll generally be rolling some of those. And then the setback die, that's for things like if
somebody chopping off your arms and legs and leaving you in lava.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you're having trouble in difficult terrain. Let's put it that way. So you might get a setback die, and then you literally just take all those dice and you roll them all together, and then you interpret the result. Now there is one other die that I haven't shown, and that is the last one, and this is the Destiny die. Once again, a lovely 12-sided die. Look at that, beautiful. Oh, it's white, so it's very bright on the camera there. Apologies. And at the beginning of the game, something we need to do now is everyone needs to roll the Destiny die to generate force points, Destiny points at the beginning. These are used for force powers, these dice, if you have them, but we don't have any Jedi. And what... Oh, hang on. Do I need to clear this out? I think I might need to clear. Let me just clear it out. There we go. And then request. Do you want to do the destiny roll, guys? Go for that. This will be a pool of points that sit in the middle and allow people to upgrade certain things. Now, when they're light side points, the heroes can use them to upgrade a green die to a yellow die, which has better results on it. Yeah. I can use a dark side point to upgrade a purple die to a red die, so the players have to roll potentially more bad stuff. So that's how the light side is used, and it kind of ebbs and flows, which is a really really cool execution of the kind of narrative into. Oh, is it paused? Is pause causing a problem?
I think I'm not allowed to use them because I'm a droid.
Oh, okay.
Because I
Anyone
can't.
else can you roll on it?
Nope.
Oh.
There you
Oh,
go.
there we go.
Sorry, I had to. So then you guys then. Oh, dark points. Excellent. Oh, hello. Whoa. Okay, so 4 light side and 2 dark side. So we can start to use those as soon as the game gets going. And each session you re-roll them to show the kind of shifting nature of the force, which is great. Yeah, so that's the dice, really, I think.
Yeah.
And what happens is the way you get your dice pool is you have an attribute and you have a skill, and the bigger number is the number of green dice you roll, and the lower number is the number of those green dice that you convert into yellow dice. And that's how you figure out your dice pool. Most things have 2 purple dice difficulty added, and these will take away successes and advantages from your green dice. And then, we'll see as we go. Now, the handy thing about Foundry is it figures it out for you. If you watch back to our first series, you'll see that in the first couple of episodes, we did spend a little bit of time figuring out these dice, and kind of going, all that and that. Do you guys remember? In the studio. So, yeah, they can take a little bit of getting used to, but once you do, they're really good. And VTTs are great for kind of shortcutting that for you. So you'll see all the dice rolled, but then it will summarize your result at the end. So really handy. Cool. And if anyone want to clips that description of the rule system, I'll then download it and put it on YouTube as a separate video.
Yay!
Cool. Okay. There's loads of other stuff, obviously, but we'll talk about things as we go. Okay, so we are in the corridor of the mining union. You're standing outside this administrator office. As we said, it had a kind of frosted glass, like someone's designed the frosted pattern in the glass kind of thing. And it's dark in the room beyond. However, LE405 could sense that there was technology, computers maybe on, powered in the room. Nyruk, I think, was looking at the ceiling. Because didn't you fail your perception roll really badly or something? Yeah.
Really badly. Yeah.
And then Taslin had, ever vigilant, had turned and was kind of listening. And it was that point that Cave and LE405 were kind of paying attention to the door of the office. As you're standing there, Cavan and LE405, you can hear suddenly a sort of a movement in the room and some sort of latch noise, like someone opening, pulling a handle of something.
In the office with us.
You're not in the office yet. It's in the room beyond the door.
It's in the room behind the door.
Yeah. But it's all dark in there through the door. You can't see anything in there yet.
Okay, we didn't hear the lift behind us, did we?
You two didn't. Only Taslin heard that because she got a triumph, which is the best kind of success.
I am not subtle, but I will I've heard someone moving in the room.
Yep.
I'll be like, hello, is your light malfunctioning? I'm not trained in the repairing of these, but I can give it a go and open the door and walk in.
Okay. as you open the door and walk in, actually make a perception roll because it's dark. I want to see how much you kind of observe, and it may or may have a dramatic effect.
Difficulty 2?
Yeah.
Okay. No.
Oh, advantage is 3. Okay, so you fail. So you step into the room, and you do not notice that the floor is slick with something.
Okay.
And you slip and bash into a table.
Okay.
And on that table, there's a computer screen. There's a blaster pistol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you kind of see in the outline of it in the dark. And
Yeah.
there's light now coming in the, in the room behind from the door. And as you look up, you see a large window open and a figure climbing out of the window.
Being aware that my model is based on C3PO, I think I'm stuck now.
Sure. Okay.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think C3PO could stand up. But also I'm going to be like, no, wait, please. There is somebody leaving by an unauthorized exit.
Kavan, you've been alerted to the fact that the floor is slippery by LE405's tumble.
I'm going to pull a torch out of my utility belt.
Ooh,
so I can see a bit better.
I like it.
And I'm gonna head into the room because there's someone leaving by an unauthorized exit apparently.
Okay, as you step into the room, you see straight across. You see the collapsed form of LE405, kind of slightly rigid, like crashed into a table, going like this, and knocked some things over. As you trace your light sort of up diagonally, you see blood on the floor and legs. And then as the light hits the far side, there is this window shutter has now opened into, if you remember, there was a load of factory noise in the background and like machinery and stuff. You can see it's kind of a observation window that looks down into the factory below. And just beyond the window, you see a figure jumping onto like a railing, across a short jump, where there seems to be lots of conveyor belts and people moving, and there's like, you can see there's just like activity beyond, and the noise is now coming in the room because the window's open.
Is there like a clear spot I can just like hop across the blood so I don't have to?
Now that you've got a light in the room, you don't need to make a perception roll to avoid the obstacle, and you kind of put one hand on the desk next to LE405, or even lean on LE405's body and vault over the.
Kavan doesn't have the shame to worry about such things. He's going over the most
so
direct way.
You kind of vault over the desk, and what's your intention? Are you heading towards the window?
Yeah, I'm going after.
Okay, right. So you're like now up to the window. Okay. Right, Nyruk and Tazlin. Tazlin, you're looking in the other direction. Nyruk, you kind of you're kind of wondering, what's that noise I can hear? That sounds like a, and he's like wondering what kind of machine is kind of doing something in the background. And suddenly you kind of snap out of it as you're aware that there's something going on in the room. But Tazlin is kind of watching behind. What are you doing, Tazlin?
So I'm guessing Tazlin probably knows roughly how long she's got before those guys come walking around the corner.
Yeah.
So she's actually going to be like, she's going to put her hand on the giant walking carpet behind her, and is like, Nyruk, in the room, go, 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 like forcing him into the room.
Okay.
I obviously she hasn't seen what's just happened in the room.
Yeah.
But right now there's a number of troopers coming this way, and so she's kind of pushing them in, trying to like get into the room, and then essentially try and close the door before they come around the corner.
Are you going to go, Nyruk?
Yeah, I'll let myself be shuffled into the room.
Okay.
Right. Probably a bit embarrassing if I resist because I'm massive. So I would. Oh yeah, I'll go.
Opposed strength rolls? No,
Let's do it. An opposed brawn roll.
That's not going to end well for either of us.
No.
PvP,
That would be-
straight up.
Yeah. Okay, so Tazlin shoves Nyruk through the doorway and goes through and shuts the door, I assume?
Yes.
Okay. So both of you, as you go in and shut the door, you're aware you need to make... What's the skill?
Athletics.
That's the one. Athletics. Difficulty 1.
Bugger.
Just so you avoid sort of falling over in... Because there's actually quite a bit of blood on the floor and it's...
Difficulty
recent.
1, did you just say?
Yes. Okay. Tazlin, you're fine. Oh, threats. Ooh. You get a... you.
Oh, fuck.
So you check failed. Okay. So Nyruk, you fall on top of the droid.
Mind where you're
Well,
putting your hands, you large.
At least my hair isn't going to get covered in blood.
Oh, you didn't get any. You got 0, so you failed. You didn't get negative. LE405 got negative, so you kind of bounce off.
And I
the
don't
droid,
mind
so-
landing on the droid, which means if I don't get covered in blood, basically.
Yes. Whereas Tazlin, you stabilize yourselves. You kind of catch yourself and almost like slide across the room next to Kavan, but you realise what you've slid through.
I mean, yeah, she's probably quite used to blood.
Sure.
Yeah. And then she like kind of looks to Kavan and is like, "What are you doing at this window?"
Oh, you're on mute.
Someone's fleeing this way, says Caven, going out the window.
Okay, right. So you look out the window and you can see you're
Oh,
now.
no, I'm just going out. I'm not looking.
Okay, okay, right, excellent.
Well, I mean, I'm paying
Love
attention to where I'm going.
No, I know that, but you're. Do
Just blindly dive out of a window.
you remember what floor you're on?
Well, no, because you said there was somewhere I could jump to, and I've got
Yeah,
a
there's
little,
like a gap, and then there's
You know
a
the-
railing.
the little grappling hook things.
Oh, you're
Got
going to do one of those?
Yeah.
Okay, right. Well, then I'll make the difficulty lower.
Very cool.
Yeah. So you're going to do that, and then swing
Yeah.
across. I like it. It's very, very Star Wars. Cool. Okay.
Gadgets.
So let's have a athletics roll with difficulty 1 because you've got your grappling hook.
Okay, let's believe.
Let's believe.
Bollocks.
Oh. Okay. Well, you've got an advantage, right? So you swing across and you bang into the railing, but you grab on. But you do take you take a point of damage.
Okay.
Does he look like he's struggling, like he's going to fall? Is he holding on, or is he?
He's holding
after he
on. He's
crashes
going to
into it,
need another roll to like climb up.
Can
like-
Tazlin just like leap across and help him?
Sure, make an athletics roll, difficulty 2. Okay. So you jump across and you smack into the railing. Take a point of damage. But basically, because you both got an advantage, I've got it. So you're kind of both hanging on like this now. And you're like, ugh. One thing, Tazlin, your other advantage, right? Because you're like this, your eyes are almost at like floor level with this you're at some kind of like large, it's like a little fabrication tower inside a warehouse. So as you look down, you realize there are 4 floors below you. Drop. Yeah, and you're kind of hanging on. But then you look up, and across the metal grill you can see feet pounding away down ahead of you, and there's someone wearing on a Mitchie's, but for the group, you all kind of suck at rolling. Here's a re-roll. And you see this figure running away, and they're wearing kind of greys and browns. They're not like all in black or anything like that. And they seem to be sort of running away. You guys are both in the room, Nyruk and LE405. You've heard, "Goo!" and you're aware now that you can hear behind you people walking down the corridor.
All right, we're styling it out. Don't worry, Dan.
Has from our
Like, I thought
position
I was
on the
gonna pass
floor,
Yeah.
from our position on the floor, we've seen a lot of blood.
Yep.
Is
You're
there
gonna look
actually a
down
body
at
around?
Yeah. So well done, Dan. So you look down, and you see a body of a gran on the floor, and he's kind of toppled over. You can like try and figure out what it might have looked like, might have happened. You make a perception
Well,
roll
I'm
if you
gonna
want
get
to.
myself off the droid first.
Okay.
And help the droid
your
up
big
as well.
hand from
You're
my
looking around
face.
first before
Just kind of help the droid up and then
getting
have a look at
fur
the
in my
body.
servos.
Yeah.
Hairy dyed blonde tips as well. What kind of role would it be? Medicine?
Can I charm the scene? No, wait. Sorry.
I'd let you roll medicine, but it would be difficult. Yeah.
Perception then? Or
Perception or medicine. Up to you.
I will go with. So what's the difficulty then? Difficult, so it'd be 3
Yeah.
purples. Can I steal a light side, please?
Whoa.
Yeah.
And up, if that's okay with everyone. And so that ability.
Upgrade.
Yeah, you don't need to ask us to do that. You can
upgrade
just do it.
ability. Upgrade ability.
Yep. The
Yeah.
point has been flipped.
In
And I
hindsight,
will-
Side.
perhaps other folks should have upgraded their.
Hey,
Yeah, I
it's only a
probably should have
difficulty
done.
1 athletics roll. It's easy.
Hey,
Okay,
first succeeding
success.
of the night. Well,
Okay.
apart from skidding across blood, sorry.
So you kind of look, and this body has got various blasts on it, like wounds. Looks like it's taken several shots and collapsed, and then like bled out onto the floor. And you find that in one hand, under the body, kind of as it's fallen, there's a data slate in that hand. And there is a blaster pistol of some sort on the table. And the chair behind the table is kind of positioned as if someone has pushed it away, facing in the direction that he was in when he kind of fell.
Does Nyruk have a bag? Does he have a satchel? Is that standard issue
He
for
does.
all?
Yeah, I have a rucksack.
All right. I will put this in the rucksack.
Naira
What are you pointing
points to the body.
The
and
data
looks
slate. Not
quizzically.
the data slate. The tablet. The computer. Crunch. It's not a bag of holding, man. Yeah. So I will put the and the blood covered data slate or whatever it is. I can't remember what word it is in Star Wars. Too many sci-fi this week. And be like Ellie 405 is covered in blood and stuff, isn't she?
Like mostly legs, but yeah, there's a lot of
Okay.
lot of blood there.
And did I hear the people coming down the corridor?
Yes, you did.
Okay. I'm just going to bite this and go out into the street and go out into the corridor and be like, "Oh my, help us! My master is chased after an assassin. Quick, please help us!" And into the
Okay.
folks.
Okay, so you step out and you see 2 Ariadu Authority troopers walking towards you. And at the sign of you, got blood all over you, they lift their guns, but not in a threatening way to you, but more as a move to action. And they kind of jog forward.
But as I remember, this isn't their jurisdiction, is it?
Not technically, no.
No. Okay.
The best kind of thing.
Yeah, not sure. I'd probably argue that one, but
Look, some
Not unless I
Jawas
had
just
to.
snuck into the chat there and tried to flog stuff, didn't
Yeah.
they? So you had to
Yeah.
kick them out.
That's a boot 'em.
Yeah, thanks for that. Okay, so as you step out, right, and you go, help, help, and they kind of start moving towards you, we'll cut back to Kayvan and Taslin, who are kind of like dangling against the thing together and kind of like both looking embarrassed.
I don't know. Taslin doing it just made Kayvan feel a whole lot better.
Yeah. But your cape is like wrapped around your face a bit, so you're feeling a little bit.
How far down the gantry is it? I'm asking, really, is it still in medium range for a shot? Stun shot. I've got a blaster.
Yes,
using the stun profile.
It would be medium range. You're going to have to spend some time climbing up onto the thing.
The gun's going because you said my face was up, right? So
yeah, but you're kind of hanging on like this.
She's got it. She's gonna like kind of get herself to there and then down the gantry type.
Okay,
thing.
we're going to make it more difficult then.
That's fine.
Yeah?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. So we'll add a difficulty die, and I'm gonna use a dark side point to upgrade the difficulty, just because you're feeling weak. You're feeling my.
Can I flip back the other way, everyone? Do you mind me flipping back?
Well, you turn one of your greens to a yellow. So.
I've already got full yellow, so I just gain another green.
You'd gain another green, yeah.
Yeah.
So I should be 1 red, 2 purple, and my dice.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what does that do then, Dan?
So it's stunned. So instead of doing normal damage, it takes it off their strain. If their strain goes down to 0,
okay,
they pass out.
They pass out, and that hasn't calculated my damage properly this week because that should do more than that.
It has. It's just above it. 9 plus 1.
So what did you?
But my damage is like 9 plus 3, so it should be 12.
Wow.
So you did 10, right?
12. It should be 12.
Should be 12.
It's not. It hasn't included my talents on that one.
Okay. You kind of go, and the
little ring.
Yeah. Shoots down, and a worker steps in the way. No.
A droid from wobbles into. Yeah.
And the stun hits the person, and they fall to the floor.
Excellent.
Yeah? And as that person hits the floor, you see behind, like where they've fallen down, there's now someone, the other side of them, who is standing there by like a staircase going down, and like looks over, it's like, and runs over towards them.
Yeah. And then can I use my 2 advantage for a free extra maneuver to pull myself up?
Well, sure. Excellent. Right, so you kind of, and then you like crawl, you pull yourself through.
Yeah, pull myself through the railings.
Through the gap, through the railings. Yeah, okay, cool. And we'll say you're like in that kind of sprint start pose where you're like, one knee up and you're about ready to go. Cool. Yeah, this is Kayvan. This is why you have Taslin around. She is, she means business. Kayvan, you quick look over your shoulder. Kayvan's still got his cape over his head and he's still dangling from the thing. Are you gonna?
I know, I'll be trying to pull myself up.
Okay. Yeah, you can use your action to like climb up onto.
Is that my maneuver or my action?
That'll be your maneuver. Yeah.
Okay, then I will use my quick draw thing to pull my pistol and shoot the guy running towards the guy on the floor with stun.
Okay, he's slightly further away and covered, so you'll have a setback die rather than difficulty 3.
I'm going to take 2 strain to aim to gain a bonus maneuver.
Ooh. Using all the rules. I like it. Success. 2 successes. So how much damage does that do?
I'll be 9.
9. Okay. So again
it's a stun shot.
Stun shot hits this guy. And you hear him like, and he struggles forward. And he seems to like grab something off of the other person. And duck into like the machinery and there's like gaps in it and stuff where people can move, and ducks out of view.
What? So I stunned him and he ducks out of view?
Yeah, it didn't take him down. It wasn't enough.
Yeah,
to,
you have to drop the strain to 0.
So
for it to actually fully stun them.
Kind of took the hit, but then jumped out of the way. Okay, so you're both up on
I
the.
Can't do another maneuver, can I? I think it's 2 per
Yeah.
thing. Okay, in which case I will pass whoever acts next to blue die.
Oh, okay.
In
Cool.
fact, no, I'll nominate it to Taslin because I've got 2 I can pick.
Cool. Okay. I assume you guys are going to start to move down the gantry to where the guy disappeared and where the body is lying on the floor.
Yeah, we'll be legging it towards.
I mean, did we hear LE405 go help, help, help in the background?
Make a perception roll, difficulty 3. There's machinery, stun
Machinery,
shots.
yeah.
You got the red haze. You know.
Difficulty 3. No, no, didn't hear it.
Neither of you heard that. Okay, so you guys start going down the gantry, right? It's going to take you around to get down to where that body is. So while you're doing that, Nyruk, what are you doing in the room? You've now heard
I'm on
shots.
But also, my droid colleague has just summoned a couple of stormtroopers into the room. Well, at least into the hallway, and they're going to come investigating. And frankly, I'm a Wookiee. And they'll probably shoot first and ask questions later. Not that, again, this is not their jurisdiction, but I don't think I want to be here. So I'm going to jump out of the window.
Okay.
Not with the intent. I'm not jumping to pursue. I'm jumping to hide. So maybe out and around to the side. Or do I have to?
So when you get to the window, it's kind of flat either way. There's kind of girders and stuff. Yeah, you could potentially like climb out and hang there and maybe shimmy down. But there's a few floors down. You got this interior kind of factory tower with levels. There's like the level straight ahead. You can see there 2 of them running down it. There's like levels below. There's like a couple of workers 2 levels down, like going, "Oi, what's going on? What's going on up there?" And the other one's like, "Don't worry about it," and they kind of move back off. You could jump to a lower level. You could climb out and try and hide behind one of these kind of girder, like big steel.
Whatever
beam
looks
type
like
things.
is the easiest.
You just
because
like
I'm
hide
not
behind there.
focused.
They might like just look out and see it's big Wookiee hiding. You think it's probably easier to just like climb out and try and hide behind this girder.
I don't want to put LE405 alone in the lurch.
Fine.
There's a reason why droids never get hit by blaster fire in Star Wars.
It's true.
She's an assassin droid secretly.
Yes.
Yeah, they're all
Like they
basically
go,
assassins.
yeah, okay, whatever, and they turn around and she's just like.
Self-destruct mode activated.
So what are you up to, Nyruk?
You know what? Sod it. I'm going to go out in the hallway.
Okay, right, okay. You go out into the hallway.
I am not covered in blood,
No, you're not.
unlike
You're not.
my colleague.
So you step out.
My hands are up.
Your hands are up. And as LE405 has said, stop, help. The 2 guys raise their guns at the sight of the Wookiee. And they're like, "You, stay where you are. What's going on?"
No, this is our manual labor Wookiee. My master has jumped out of a window following an assassin after this person has been killed. Look at the blood on my leg, and now you are wasting time. He
goes, "Stay here with them." And he goes into the room. And he's like, "Oh my God, what? We're going to have to call this in." He goes to look out the window and sees them running away. So, what? How do we know you haven't just have you got any binders? He says to the other guy. What happened?
We came for a trade agreement, and the lights were out. We went in to investigate some sort of light malfunction. found blood on the floor and saw an assassin running out the window. Obviously, my master and his Mandalorian bodyguard have chased after them in order to apprehend them, and our Wookiee here was helping me up because I fell.
Right, okay, we're going to need a roll.
Okay.
It was that bad. Oh.
No, not your growl. Not for your growl.
A performance roll.
A performance roll from the Wookiee. No, I was talking more about a charm or coercion or
I'd be charm because she's
charm.
telling the truth.
That's true. Yeah.
Charm.
And
I'm pretty sure you're really good at this because I'm awful.
I've got 4 in charm.
Oh.
Let's hope.
Nice.
Oh no! Please, can I use the reroll?
Use that reroll. Use that reroll.
I should be good at this. There we go.
Oh.
Okay. Thank you.
Hurrah!
Who was that? That was the first reroll. God. Who was that?
I think it was Onamichi.
Onamichi. I appreciate it.
We need him tonight. So
what are you trying to get them to do with this information? So to go after them?
To assist, to help us not put the Wookiee in restraints.
That's not going to end well.
And if they both go, that gives me and the Wookiee like a moment or two more to search around in the room. Does that make sense?
So you got 3 successes. So that's a really good success. So they are both going to try and they're like, okay, we'll pursue. Stay here. We're calling it in. Someone will be along soon to lock down this crime scene. Yeah. So one of them calls it into the mining union central, well, you think to the mining union central, you don't know, might be calling his buddies. And then they climb out the window and let's see how good they are.
I really want to push him. I really want to push him out the window.
Hey, if you want to push him out the window, you can...
No, I'm not. No. Oh,
look at Millie.
No.
Kill the biological.
Tell me whether you're going to do anything.
Sorry, I'm not going to do it.
Oh, okay.
It was difficulty 2, wasn't it, for you? Wasn't it? Yeah. Okay. Do I do this just as a minion roll, or do I roll for each of them? Let's roll for each of them. Here we go. So, Stormtrooper A, Albert.
Oof.
That's bad. And the other guy. Okay. So, one guy jumps across cleanly, jumps, lands, grabs the other side, and then vaults over onto the decking. Taslin, Kavan, you hear that guy land behind you. That's the threat on his roll. Yeah, so you're aware, and you could glance over the shoulder, and you see Authority Trooper behind you. The other guy jumps and bashes into the railing, and he falls down to the next floor.
With a Wilhelm scream?
And takes 2 points of damage. Yeah, 2 points of damage, because that was worse. Yeah. So as you're watching Nyruk and LE405, and you're like, should I, imagine Nyruk's big hairy hands reaching out. That person just falls to the level below, lands, when they land on the ribs on the railing, and then roll off onto the decking, beyond, and it's just and it's keep up. The other one shouts, converge on this level, and he starts running after you.
I think we'll take the opportunity to look around.
Okay. Right. Let's just go over to Taslin and Kavan for a moment. So you guys run down the gantry and you get to this figure on the floor.
I'm running after the guy that's trying to run away.
Okay, so you're going to go left.
Yeah.
Okay. As you sort of get to this figure, obviously they're not dead, but they're lying on the floor. You look left, and you can see now into there's machinery moving around. There's some kind of ore processing going on here, and that you can actually see some workers now in there who are doing quality checking and things like that. There are droids moving around, and you realise now that these guys are wearing the same clothes as the workers in here, and you will need to make a perception roll to see if you can see who it is you're following. Because now, as you go in, there's kind of like this corridor goes ahead and widens out, and there's like a central sort of table area that they're doing things on computers and stuff like that. And there's like 6 people in that area.
Okay.
What's the difficulty?
4. Nice. So you kind of look up and you look around the room, and they're all kind of doing things. And Taslin, you're like, look across the room, and the guy who's over to one side, who's like pressing buttons, like looking at you, sees you, and you see him, and he's like,
and then you blast him.
and then he starts to run. So we'll need to have need to actually roll initiative, because you're now in a small area and there's other people involved, and the authority guy is coming. Where are we? If I can remember how we roll initiative, it's vigilance or cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah,
vigilance
so-
if you don't know it's coming, and it's cool if you do.
Correct.
Yep. So this guy is gonna have.
My call is terrible.
And there's no difficulty, is it? You just roll the dice.
That's right.
It's whoever gets the most successes.
Yeah.
The one who goes.
Get 1.
Okay. Oh, I keep forgetting. I need to. Yeah. Anyway.
I got 3. Oh, I don't know. Oh, actually, I got 4. I forgot to take off the bad dice.
Trooper didn't get anything. And I can't actually roll. I haven't got the character set up. Hang on 1 second.
I find it very rude that chat has decided that the LE in LE405 stands for lawful evil. Like, this is just episode
That's brilliant.
session 2.
I mean, I resent the fact I've got a lawful character on my crew.
Resent the fact that anybody thinks I'd play a lawful character. Not just, just absolute chaos. Assassin question mark.
Success
Oh.
is 3, advantage 2.
Wow.
Well, I got 4 and 2.
4 and 2.
Yeah, I forgot to take off the purple dice.
Yeah.
Oh,
If-
okay,
Didn't
yeah.
just
Sorry,
roll cool,
yeah.
I just
Gotcha.
rolled
I was like, it says
difficulty
3.
roll.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you got 4 and 2. So
Mhm.
Kavan's going first. And-
Well, actually, it's us. We get to pick.
Oh, that's true, isn't it? Yeah,
It's
I
a
forgot.
weird
like,
initiative.
yeah, it's
And I'm thinking our Mandalorian might be going first.
If you want me to stun the person trying to run away, that seems sensible. Is that what we're doing? Am I doing that? Cool. Where's my little gun? There is.
you can have a setback die because of. I'm just thinking about this. There's a lot of people in the room and a lot of machinery. You know, so you're shooting through like a group of people to try and hit this person.
Oh, remember the blue die I gave you as well?
Oh yeah.
So
and
I
I'm
you
think-
also-
can take 2 strain to aim.
I'm just going to use my because you get a free maneuver anyway, so I'm just going to maneuver. My free maneuver is going to be aim. So
Yeah.
and I get a setback die, correct?
I think you get 2. There's so
2?
much going on in the room.
Okay.
It's like, you know.
We hit.
Okay, cool.
He takes 12 points of damage on his strain.
Strain. Okay. So you kind of look around the room and the guy spots you and you spot him, and then you're like, and he goes to run out of the room and he's like about to say something, and then you stun him and he collapses onto the floor, and all the workers turn around, they're like, we're keeping up to quota. We're keeping up to quota. It's a little what the
That sounded
little
like a Rhodian.
Ugnaughts, little Ugnaught guys as well, like
Oh,
going,
yeah.
like this, and
Oh
they're
my
all kind
God,
of
can we
trotting around
recruit
doing
one?
stuff. So it's like a whole mixture of different species, and they all put their hands up and they all look at you like. "Ugh."
Yeah. I'll stay there. Because I'm assuming Caven's probably going to shortly run over and try to retrieve whatever it was picked up.
I will do. Technically, it's a stormtrooper now, unless he's allied.
It is the assault. The trooper's going to come running down, and he's kind of like, "What's going on here? Who's this guy? What jurisdiction do you guys have here? What are you doing?" But he's
Your
not
job.
shooting at you because you've just like taken out 2 people, and he's kind of on his own. So
With stun,
yeah. But you seem capable.
as I kind of start running towards the guy we just downed, I will say we're apprehending the assassins of Vinka Rustine.
No, Rift.
Oh, Rift, whatever.
Well,
that one.
Administrative rift.
Administrative Rift.
We've called this in. I suggest you wait here while we get the authorities to check it out.
I was already running when I said.
And where are you going?
I'm going towards the guy we downed.
Okay, you run over there, and he's kind of collapsed on the floor.
I know he picked up something off the other guy, and that must be significant.
He did. He picked up 2 things. He picked up a data slate and a communicator.
Can I try and pocket them?
You can. The communicator is
As in,
flashing.
without the stormtrooper seeing me.
Yeah, there's enough in the room. There's so much stuff going on in the room, and he's standing over by the other person. So he's not really doesn't really see that. He's kind of the trooper is actually looking more at Taslin. So you pick these things up. The communicator has like a little bleep on it, like there's a answer phone message waiting on it.
I'll hit play.
It's your own voice. Clem, can you pick up?
So it's Clem's comm unit. Who is the? Can I see what the person looks like?
It's a human guy,
I'm assuming not Clem.
not Clem, not a woman.
Have they got anything on them that would identify who? they are?
No, strangely, nothing that would identify them. They seem to be dressed as a nondescript factory worker. You do find a vibro knife in the boot kind of situation.
Well, it's not there anymore.
Yep. But otherwise, like, not even like a credit chip or anything. Clearly not someone who's like actually going about their day. And the trooper's going strange. He doesn't have anything. Doesn't seem to be carrying anything really.
Okay, I'll kind of drag him back towards Taslin.
Mm-hmm. You drag him back over, and we will cut back over to the room. So LE405 and Nyruk, you're in the room. The troopers, you can see there's stuff. You can hear shots and stuff as well. People, a bit of screaming, but the factory is just keeping going. Doing its thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are in the room. You've got the data slate. There is the computer on the table, and obviously the body.
I will take the computer on the table to do a quick download / hack, a dirty quick one because we don't really have time for anything else.
Okay.
And get what info I can off it ASAP.
Let's have a roll then. Let's have a computer roll.
Okay. Oh,
What's
dear.
LE405 doing?
I guess I'm going to just like search over him, look for any, like, has he got stuff in a pocket or anything?
Sure.
That kind of thing.
Jesus. Okay.
He has
What's
got
the
a
difficulty?
security pass. Yeah. You're not sure where it would get you in, obviously, but it's just his pass, security pass. You can tell it has like a like a scannable chip or something, so it would clearly get you into certain places.
Sorry, what was the difficulty for my roll?
3.
Oh dear.
He's also got a credit chip. Yep.
No.
Oh. Okay.
Actually, can I use my reroll?
Sure.
Actually, did I get a reroll?
There is one more reroll left, yeah. From the Hoots.
Oh, mighty kind of
there
you.
you go.
Thank you kindly. I will use that and try again if I may. That's more like it.
Okay. So you fire the computer up, and after a few quick, usual slicing techniques, you crack the password, and the screen comes up with there's a series of communications in one half of the screen, and a series of invoices, and like someone has just like clearly had a load of information up on the screen when it locked itself. And a lot of it seems to have Eriadu mining on it.
Okay, I'll do
Download that information.
download that. Yeah,
Okay.
because we can't stick around. I can't do a deep search, so we'll speed us of the
You
essence.
clear
there.
the inbox. You grab the
Yeah.
file that's called invoices. That kind of stuff.
Put in the calendar, Kayvan. Appointment now, Kayvan. Put in the calendar now. Kayvan's got an appointment. Do it now. Quickly.
I'll do it now.
Come on, Wookie.
Cool.
like Matthew
You
drew it.
enter into the calendar an appointment with Kayvan.
Just,
Felt like
Okay.
10 minutes ago or something.
yeah. Like,
Yeah.
do it now.
And then switch off. Right.
And I will pass over this pass and credit chip to you because I've got no pockets.
We'll stick it in a satchel.
Yeah.
Stick it in the rucksack.
Just got no bag.
Got 4,000 credits on it.
Okay.
Bad. I was minute.
Yeah.
Right, and I think we'll cheese it.
With your advantage there, I'm going to say, not to do with the computer itself, but the credit chip you get, you can tell that is been manufactured on a slightly more heavily lawful world than this one. The make, the design, the of it, the form factor, it's clearly some sort of Imperial credit chip. Imperial credits. Yeah. We don't take your Republic credits. Okay, well, I'll go and trade them in with that guy over there and then come back and buy the hyperdrive.
Yeah.
Oh, no, hang on, sorry.
No.
We'll do an elaborate story with a pod race. Just
I'll
like this
buy
show.
this child. Yeah, I'll buy this child off you. So I'm not interested in the dead body anymore.
Okay.
I'm probably covered in blood as well. This is all disgusting biological junk. I mean, can I hear more troopers or anyone coming? Or
Not yet. You've got a little bit of time. Because you don't know who he's called it into.
no, we
See.
don't.
So,
Shall we just leave Nyruk and hope that Kayvan and Kathleen are fine? Okay.
I think that's probably a yes, right?
All right. I'll walk into the corridor first.
I will follow.
Look left and right, and then we'll head back towards the lift we came.
As walking after the droid, Nyruk will find a rag because he's an engineer.
Yeah.
Find a rag, and as we're walking along, she's badly attempting to wipe down the back of the
Okay,
droid.
cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
clean the droid off.
There's probably a bit of grease that gets on and no blood comes off or something like that. So you're wiping down the droid as you go and you head down towards the elevator, right?
Yeah, the way we came up. Yeah.
The way you came up. Okay, so you're heading back that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go back over to Tazlin and Kayvan. The trooper is there and sort of saying,
Does the vibro knife have blood on it?
No.
Okay. No murder weapon.
You hear another trooper coming from somewhere else, coming up a staircase.
I stood chatting jovially with the trooper that we're with.
He's like, "Look, what is going on here? Like, clearly, these people have done something. They've caused a disturbance." And all the other workers are going, "That guy, he just came running in here. He just came running in here." We
Which
don't
one?
know
The
who
one
he
I'm
is.
dragging, or me?
The one that you're dragging. Yeah.
Okay.
He ran in. It was causing a disturbance. He doesn't work here. I've never seen him before. They're clearly backing you up a bit on your story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll basically be spinning out. Well, we had an appointment we have to sell our cargo of lomite ore.
The trooper's
we
nodding, and you can imagine a face underneath.
We enter the room. We see blood, and then we see these.
Do you have your
guys.
trade details? Have you got a trade docket? Yep, yeah.
Docket comes straight out.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's a well-organized docket. Okay, fine.
My droid is rather splendid. However, so we saw these guys jumping through and trying to get away, and of course we couldn't let them get away with such a heinous crime. So myself and my good companion here pursued them.
The other guy comes up the stairs and he goes, "Oh, you guys again."
Ah, great to see you again, Trooper. I knew you would be around when I needed you. Good show.
Yeah. We're gonna have to take these two for. He points at the unconscious guys. We're gonna have to take these guys for questioning to the mining union authority for questioning.
Of course, I'm not the police. I was just trying to help.
Okay.
That's why we stunned them. We wanted to make sure you could interrogate them and punish them for their awful, awful crimes.
Okay. Well, look, we better get them down from here. So they kind of look at the two of you and go, if you two get that one, points at the one that you just shot, the most recent stunnee.
How heavy do they look?
They're just like grown adult.
Can I do like
human.
athletics brawn to see if I can just hoist one up over my shoulder? Kind of
Sure.
showing off.
Sure.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty 2. Okay.
I'm going to use the... all right, did I have my own reroll?
No.
No, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. No. I got 4 advantage. I can't believe this.
Okay, so Taslin, you lean down to hoik him up over your shoulder, and as you do, and you try that, his clothing comes up slightly and exposes on his body a small tattoo which says, "Remember Alderaan."
Crap in the bag. Looks like you have rebels here. She kind of like goes back to her trying to get Caven to help.
Remembering back to season 1, is that the are they the ones that work for Lofax that have Remember Alderaan everywhere?
Some of them did. It was a phrase you saw in various places, but it's clearly someone who is or was a rebel.
Taslin has no loyalty to rebels, so she's throwing him under the bus.
Oh, rebel scum.
Neither does
Absolutely.
Kavan. Kavan likes credits, not
We're trying
causes.
we're hunting these scum down wherever we can find them.
Oh, perhaps there's a reward
And the guy
for
starts
helping you guys
stirring,
two.
and the trooper kicks him in the head.
I'll just be like, is there a reward for capturing rebels? Suddenly very interested.
If you're an authority outpost, there definitely would be.
I mean, your authority, I'm here, or we captured the rebels.
And we're
We'd
going to
have
help
to
you
take
take
that
him.
up with the mining union. But if you could help us bring them down, then we'd put in a word with you for a good word for you on a reward. If you two could carry that one, it says pointing at one Taslin just tried to pick up. We'll
You'd give
carry
us
this one.
a letter of recommendation for a reward for assisting the...
A digital note of recommendation? Sure.
Excellent. I will actually try and help.
Yep.
Okay.
grab
So
his boots or something.
The troopers grab the one guy and start going down this flight of stairs. And the one that came up and said, "Oh, you guys again," said, "There's a maintenance elevator down here. We can take it down to the right level and get out the front entrance. Here we go." And you guys pick up the other guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So between you, you're carrying this guy, and as you're going down the stairs, you can see he's starting to like rouse slightly. Just gonna knock him out again. He's like, no. Okay. And you kind of go down the stairs and get to the. It's more of a kind of shuttle that runs you out through the factory out near the front entrance. And as you get there, you're standing sort of again by the railing at the edge of this factory tower. You hear some kerfuffle down below in the factory, and they're like, "Hey, you can't! What are you doing? You can't take that truck!" And then you hear a vehicle like out of the building, and you guys shuffle onto this kind of flatbed kind. It's like a little monorail type thing that goes through the factory building. And you kind of load on there with these Eriadu troopers and sit down with them and two unconscious bodies. And they're like, "Are you riding back here, or are you going back to your appointment?" And you can tell he's kind of chuckling inside his helmet.
Well, no, once we've got our letter of recommendation, I think we'll go see if we can
sure.
sell our ore to someone else.
Sure. Well, this will get you out to the front of the building if you want to go back to the foyer.
Oh, yes, that would be wonderful.
Yes, my legs are awfully tired from leaping across something, chasing criminals, shooting them. I could do with a sit down rather than walking.
You ever thought about signing up with the authority? We need people of action like you. These rebels, these New Republic scumbags, they're lawless and chaotic people.
This sort of daring do's not my forte. It's I was just trying to be a good citizen.
Well, you did a good job.
Brilliant.
I'm sure the people of Mandalore are happy that such conscientious traders and lawful citizens are.
I'm sure the
within
people
their
of
laws.
Mandalore would remember if the Empire hadn't wiped them out.
Malister. Sorry. I said the wrong world name. Malister. People of Malister are pleased that you're so lawful. And you get this shuttle's kind of going out through the factory, and you see lots of things going on around you, and people moving, and there's lots of industry, and it goes through various sections until you kind of get out. It stops, and then there's a set of doors, and they're like, "Yeah, you can head through there."
I'll make sure I get my letter of recommendation first.
He sends you a little email, like
Okay.
a little digital thing, which is like, yeah, he's like, "Okay, what do you want it to say?" And he just like,
I will
records a little
spin
thing,
some
and it
like
did-
tale
he-
of heroism.
He said he dictates like Citizen K-Van assisted in the arrest of one suspected
Two
murderer.
rebels. Two.
And they were rebels. There you go. Very lackluster, but it's
I
there.
will make
It's
sure
there.
he said, and deserving of a reward. I'll insist on that being in the letter.
And deserving of a reward. Right, now, please, move along.
Well, pleased we could help you, officer. I'll leave you to deal with these rebel scum. And I'll hop out.
Cool.
Haslem will follow suit, but just turn around and go, "Trooper, if you want to know how to fire that, look me up." Shoots him with a cheeky wink and then leaves.
It's like looks at the other guy and he's laughing at him. And you head out through the doors. And as you guys come out into the foyer, you see down the corridor where the elevator is, the doors open, and Nyruk is mopping Ellie 405 and just kind of pulled it off. It
I
looks
don't think you're doing a very good job of this. I'm pretty sure that you've just got more grease and fur in my servos than there was blood. Really? Oh, that's Lynn. I'll waddle over.
Well, at least we may have made something out of this already.
Ellie 405. It looks like you might need an oil bath.
Definitely 2, at least.
Hmm.
Waddle away.
Cool.
Naruk did a good job. I'm just not happy about any of it.
I suppose we should probably head to the pod race then. Is that correct, Caven? Is that where Kuva
Yes,
was heading?
I believe so. But best not mention that we got a couple of rebels arrested.
Serves them right for being stupid.
I mean,
Once we-
yes. They should have perhaps identified themselves to us.
Perhaps not assassinated someone probably also would have helped their case.
I mean, if they were going to do it, they should have at least done it cleanly and quietly, in the back.
Once we've cleared the area, I will pass the stuff that we looted. Let's face it, looted from the room.
Loot the corpse, yeah.
To the captain.
When we're somewhere quiet, can I have a look at the data slate that I took off the
Absolutely.
assassin?
Oh,
Mhm.
sorry, I thought you meant
All the
Alma.
data slates. We've got
I have
2.
all the data slates.
Probably find some shady cantina to sit down in, won't we? And
Yeah.
that's all the data we've got.
Yeah.
Have a nice cup of coffee, sat there reading the...
Okay. Yeah, you
Paper
find
slash
it's not
data
like a
slate.
fancy cafe. It's more like oh yeah, you
Play
can
that
find
same
like
song.
a industrial cantina where there's a bit more, cronk, 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 cronk kind of stuff going on, and it's kind of smoky enough and dim enough that you can kind of find a corner, get some drinks, in those weird pearlescent cups, and like all sit down and gather your stuff together. The data slate that the assassin had seems to be information on Administrator Vrift, including his home location, detailed information about his office, his working hours, his home, the grounds. There's like a floor plan of his house. There's a floor plan of the mining union, and all kinds of stuff there. And another file on that data slate is a what's the word? Dossier on Clem Lacuva. And the information on the tracking unit that was on board, that you found on board their ship.
Oh, okay. So they were after Clem. Does it say anything if they've dealt with Clem? Although I know I've got a... Is it her comm unit or just one that's linked to the same?
It's her comm unit. Yep. Now that you remember, you've seen it on her person and in her hat. You've met her several times. It's
So it doesn't give any clue as to...
it looks like a lady shave without the blade on the top.
Yeah.
That's
But it doesn't say if they've already... I mean, assuming they've found her, but whether they've killed her or not, I don't know.
it doesn't
So-
seem to say. It just has information. It doesn't say how the two are connected, what the person is doing. It's just like there's some information. And then there's also a sort of some information on a hospital on the edge of the city.
What does it say about the hospital?
It's the Heverplex General Hospital, and it sort of lists wings and floors, but it has a lot of information about the loading bay for medical supplies, like where it is, how big it is, how often people are in and out when deliveries have come. So it's like, oh yeah, it's got all these departments, but the loading area, people come in and out of here at this time, and they go here and there at that time.
I see. Okay, well, I'll relay this to the others.
Sure.
So I'm not sure if they may have already killed Clem.
Oh. The only way we're going to find that out is by going to the meeting point.
I mean,
But I thought-
at the hospital.
I thought we were meeting her at the pod race.
Well, she was supposed to be meeting Binka Rustine at the pod race.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how soon until the pod race?
It's this evening, so it's like in a few hours' time, kind of thing. So it's gone kind of lunch.
So, I mean, would we have time to check out the hospital?
Yeah, it's kind of like a half hour, 40 minutes away kind of thing.
Might be worth us trying to check out the hospital, see if there's something going on.
Kevin, if I may, I'm more worried about finding ourselves in potentially 2 crime scenes with rebels in one day with Eriadu authority on the planet. There's only so often we can talk off the, oh, we're so glad to see you. I mean, I admire your talking skills. However, sooner or later, the Eriadu authority are going to think, hang on a minute, we found you at 2 potential rebel crime scenes.
Yeah.
Well, if they do, then that's where you come in.
I mean, I like killing troopers as much as the next person, but I don't know how many there are actually on this planet.
Well,
I mean, you're the captain, you pay me money, I go places. That's fine. I'm just airing a concern that we've been at 2 potential rebel crime scenes.
well, at least we had the docking certificate. Hope they don't know that we didn't have an appointment with that guy.
Oh, we did have an appointment, didn't we, Naira?
Oh, Nyrick, you've got the information download from the computer as well. If you wanted to have a look at that one.
I will be transferring that to another data slate so we can share that with the captain as well.
Okay. It looks like recently Administrator Rift, who reports directly into Vinka Rastine, has been conducting a lot of deals with the Eriadu Mining Corporation. A huge number of mining rights, trade dockets have been approved in a very short period of time. You kind of look back at previous history, there wasn't as much activity. It seems that lots has been going on and communications in with local Eriadu mining members. It's kind of taken over this administrator's inbox, as it were.
Is there anything about the hospital in there?
No. It's all mining stuff. It's a good question, though.
Is there anything about Clem?
No. But there was an appointment in the calendar shortly before the one that Nyruk hastily jammed into the calendar. But it just had trade conversation, trade possibility, down as the name on the thing.
Wondering if it's worth at least just going towards the hospital and having a look. Not necessarily going inside, but there might be some clue that we're missing here.
I think if they had Clem, they wouldn't have been where they were.
Although they did have Clem's communicator.
Maybe she saw them coming, left in a hurry. Or maybe they were tracking her communicator and she left it there.
Perhaps.
Well, we've got time to kill, I guess, before the pod race anyway, so we can, let's go to
Also-
the hospital.
All these credits.
All of what credits? LE405.
Suddenly interest.
Hadn't shared that.
Yeah, but she's a manifest droid.
Yeah.
Known for
Manifest
not
droids
lying.
are
I've got to detail everything out.
Yeah. It's not only her model is known specifically not for being
Not-
very good at
Nyruk.
lying.
Nyruk gingerly and with slightly embarrassed, if you could tell if a Wookiee's embarrassed, I'm not sure how that would work. The credit chip onto the table, kind of making an apologetic noise.
How much is on there?
4,000
We know.
credits.
4,000 credits.
Yeah.
Imperial
splits
credits.
nicely.
Eriadu Authority. Tarkin bucks, I think they're called.
Tarkin bucks.
Sounds like a McDonald's like toy man.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
It's got his face on it. He's got like a sly grin and one raised eyebrow. Not smiling, not quite.
Well, these could
It's
come in handy.
Clearly
But-
manufactured on Eriadu.
Well, somewhere I'll take them. We'll say with them disappearing immediately.
I love K-Van's like, well, it's still money.
I'm sure we can get this transferred into something more tangible for her.
They'll take that money here on this planet because
Okay.
remember, Malastair is independent. Yeah. So they will take New Republic credits, Authority credits.
Just got to find the local bureau de change, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
We'll get that converted before we leave.
As you're sort of talking, and you've seen over the it's taking you like half an hour. You're chatting, having a drink, something to eat, looking, pouring through. You know, it's not just a quick summary of all that information. You're kind of reading through it. All.
Yeah.
The screens around you are like replaying the highlights of last year's Phoebus Memorial Run. You know, and saying, will they return, and will this, you know, and kind of starting to publicize it a bit more, and you see people drinking and sort of pointing at the screens and sort of, you know, jeering each other on, and you see flashes of like this forest with huge trees and large carnivorous creatures roaming around it, and then it cuts to like it's like a Dutch angle of a swamp, you know, with festering gas coming out of it, and like explosions of this gas above it, and then it cuts to a ravine, and there's like boulders falling down, and like this, and then it cuts to industrial skyline and kind of crackling power things, and you see a pod racer flash through it in the moment that it's down, you know, that kind of thing. And it's like, Phoebus Memorial Run tonight, you know, and everyone's like, yeah, people are getting excited, and you can see people sort of, there's betting odds kind of scrolling down the screen with various different names of different pod racers, and people are like, oh, you know, and sort of chat. So, and more people are coming in, and you can see that like there's people seem to be maybe checking out of work a bit early, you know, and there's a bit of a buzz filling even this kind of dingy cantina that you found.
Okay.
Cool.
But yeah, I think we should get a taxi to the hospital. Maybe to get ourselves checked out after our previous endeavours.
Okay.
Seems, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's go.
Okay. So you head out of the cantina, and it a kind of commercial street, you know, with some industrial stuff around the edges. You can see some shops and things, and there's various vehicles moving around with, you know, some with the lights on to indicate that they are taxis. And you flag one down, and as you get in, he says, Memorial Stadium.
Actually, I just need to quickly pop to the hospital. I had a bit of a thing earlier. I just need to double check.
He's a gran with the three eyes, and he looks at the rest of you like, sure, your buddy's coming too. It's kind of clicking some things on the.
Yes.
Sure. General Hospital.
Was that the one?
Haverplex General Hospital. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I know the way. Cool. Right, we won't take long. And pulls off and drives down the road, and we have a screen wipe, and there are people, you know, you can see even near the hospital. There's like big billboards on the sides of factories and stuff with Phoebus Memorial Run and all this kind of stuff going on. People going around. You can see now that some of them have got like hats, and some of them have got like scarves and jerseys and all that kind of stuff. There's a bit of a positive mood building in the city around you, and you head towards the hospital, and there's lots of vehicles parked around here. It's kind of a fairly sort of cubic, grey-looking building. You can see there's sort of several floors, a couple of wings, which on your data slate you can see the information about. Oh, we've got A&E over here, and we've got maternity ward. It's like a normal hospital. And you see the service road that leads round to go to the loading area, which you've got the information on. And there's so many people moving around and so much going on, and all these people kind of being a bit excited. It looks like maybe a lot of people are using this area to park their vehicles and move to. As you came in, you saw like a nearby park with like a huge screen set up. Maybe not everyone can get into the stadium, but they can gather in local parks and things. So nearby, there's this huge screen over to one side, and all the streets have got vehicles parked on them, probably too many, and loads of people are now walking off towards this thing. You see the hospital's still fairly busy, but it seems that people are a bit distracted in general. Then you approach. There is like a barrier. There's not like a person in a box. They don't, that's superfluous. There's like a droid and a barrier. The droid is kind of built into. It looks like it's inside a little cabin, but it's not. The cabin it's like just the top of a body inside, like a Johnny Cab kind of thing but like with a droid on the inside. And you can see that you haven't got there yet, but you can see that. So you see some vehicles go up, small kind of loading vehicles, vans, that kind of thing, and they get scanned through, and then the barrier goes up and they drive down that thing, and a little bit later they come out. What do you want to try and do? You want to try and go in the hospital and go through the hospital, or you want to go round the service road?
I imagine we'll probably just get out and walk the rest of the way, right?
Yeah, we'll just kind of.
Okay. That's 50 creds.
I'll hand him 50 credits.
Cheers. And
That seems like it was a bit of a rip-off.
he drives off.
Drives off before we can go.
What did the meter say?
He's gone.
Yeah. We just don't want to raise questions.
Now,
That's-
this droid barrier, it isn't a torso with the barrier in an awkward position lifting up and down, is it?
No, it's not.
Sorry. As soon as you started talking about it, that's what I was imagining for comedy value.
No, that's a prequel droid. No, it's not a prequel droid. It's more like Gonk style type, but like boxy and industrial looking.
Yeah, we'll just kind of sneak round and see if we can get a look.
So you're going to try and sneak past this droid down the service road, maybe go down the side fencing and see if there's a way you can climb in, or distract it and sneak round. What kind of tactic do you want to try and do?
If you guys
Hide
want,
behind a vehicle that gets through.
yeah, if there's one coming, we'll do that.
You can wait for one if you want.
We'll wait around a bit. We're not in a rush.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say my agility and therefore my stealth is absolutely bleh. So I'm quite happy to like stand and talk to the droid.
You could be the distraction, yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite happy to be like
Cool. We can do that.
Yeah, if you want to do that, and then
if that helps you folks head in.
yeah, if we go for the double whammy, we'll wait for a vehicle. You can distract, and the rest can sneak in.
Plan.
Okay. Okay, so you're
And
going
then
to
perhaps afterwards, if you need something to do, you could go and inquire about some superficial injuries of your master.
Yeah.
In the hospital to kind of
look at all this blood on me.
continue. Well,
Whose blood is this?
It's gone.
Offer to make a donation.
I have this biological blood. Would you like it back?
If you inquire about some minor injuries, it'll add
Okay.
to our cover story.
Sure.
But
Okay.
you're gonna go over to the barrier bot first, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go
yeah.
over to the barrier bottle. So we're gonna maybe like if there is a bigger wagon or a bus or something, pull it in. Try and be just a tiny bit ahead of that as I
Okay.
reach the barrier bot.
Okay,
So they've
cool.
got like a
Yeah, so
cover.
there's something
kind of
just
thing.
behind you,
Mhm.
waiting to come in, but you're there in the way, talking to the robot.
Yes.
To the droid. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, that's fine. So you head over, you get there, you kind of pop out from behind something just in time if you see a vehicle coming up and you like step out.
And I'm probably gonna like ask for directions
Security
in
pass.
no, I have no security pass because I didn't think this was a security entrance. Your maps are very inefficient. Like this should be a public access point to reach, and I'll gesture to something, and I'll just go off on like how inefficient
Okay.
this is, and I
Cool.
shouldn't need an access to get over here, but I have some credits if those are needed. But I don't think there's anywhere to pay.
This is not a pay to access area. Yeah, and it's
okay.
kind of confused. It's not used to sudden
Like-
banter at it.
Yeah.
But should we have a let's have a roll.
What are we doing? Deception?
Yeah, deception will work. That's good.
Okay.
And the difficulty is willpower, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's just going to be 2.
Okay. I'm theoretically good at this. There we go.
Oh, a triumph, but a threat. Oh,
No.
okay. So you're sort of going on about access and talking and all this kind of stuff, and a truck comes up behind you, right?
Mhm.
And there's a large alien in there, and he's like honking the horn of his truck and making some noise, quite a bit of noise. And you're sort of sorry, and the thing's going, do you have your security pass? It's like really kind of stuck in a bit of a loop.
Yeah.
And the 3 of you guys sneak round behind. I'm not even going to make you roll. The triumph that Millie rolled covers you. She sufficiently distracts the truck driver and the bot, and you kind of creep round the back, like behind the truck, and then pass behind the robot, and then through. And on the other side, there's sort of more vehicles, big waste bins, and all that kind of stuff. So it's not hard for you to kind of sneak around behind something when you get through into this service road, and it goes down and turns left. The alien is kind of shouting at LE405, stupid droid, you kind of stuff.
It's like, where is the public access? How do you enter this facility? What an inefficient
access point, and it kind of goes on with them. Trying.
And then
hard.
and then once I've sort of seen them go through, I'll
Yeah.
just like turn around and waddle off.
The alien looks at you like
This is inefficient and lacks the procedures a civilized world would have in its medical facilities.
and you kind of make it out of there without anyone. The guy looking at you kind of funny, and you think the robot tried to scan you at one point.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing untoward happens. You to get 2 successes and a triumph, so you kind of make your way away. And the rest of you head down this service road, and checking the map that you've got on you, you can see that this turns left and goes to a large unloading area. Obviously, a hospital needs lots of supplies. Yeah, and there's loads of dock doors there for grab vehicles to pull up to and unload. There's another branching service road that goes down where the emergency medical supplies go. So things like when they need a transplant and all that kind of stuff to the ORs gets like a different route to get closer to that location. And that seems to be where the timings of deliveries and that kind of information was a bit better known, or detailed, sorry, in the sheet. And as you, I assume you're going to sort of head round there, you can kind of see there's people sort of moving around, unloading a few things here or there, or like cleaning, keeping it, and as you go around that second service road, you see down in there a mining union transport vehicle that looks like it's a bit beaten up, parked up, and there's like a door open, but you can't see anyone around, but you can see this vehicle.
Kind of sneak towards the vehicle and see if we can either hear or see anything.
Didn't a vehicle leave? And this is Taslin saying this to Kane.
Yes.
As we were leaving with the troopers,
Yes.
and there was a
This is-
commotion.
This is likely their getaway vehicle.
Okay, so you kind of sneak up to the... We're now going to need some stealth?
Please don't say stealth. Oh,
Stealth
no.
rolls.
It's all right. We don't all need to go. I'll go up and have a look.
Are you going to go?
My
Difficulty
stealth is terrible.
3.
Does somebody get a bonus for wearing an Eriadu Mining Authority hat that I bought at the desk?
That would make him stand out more.
Aw.
Did you say difficulty 3?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I think I'll stay where I am.
Yeah, we're not
Okay.
very stealthy.
so you failed.
We've been given another re-roll. I'm gonna use
Quick, do it.
Haven.
That's because we both failed, haven't we?
Yeah, you did both.
Yeah,
Oh, we both.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, one of you's failed anyway, either way.
Oh, there's no point.
So I
in
wouldn't
me
bother with
re-rolling
using your reroll. You
That's
hear a
shocking
voice.
roll.
You hear a voice from the doorway. Stay where you are. I don't mean anyone any harm. Just stay where you are. Don't come any closer.
Identify yourself. I will say as if I'm supposed to be there.
You see like a face pop out. Who the hell are you? You're not authority troopers.
I never claimed to be. Who are you?
Why are you following me?
Do you remember Alderaan?
Leans out. I knew he should have got that removed. Like, he's kind of he's looking out, and you can see down low he's got a heavy blaster pistol, but he's not pointing it up. He's just holding it in his hand, and he's kind of like the door's here, and he's kind of leaning out. Kenth Palion, New Republic Intelligence.
Ah, excellent. What are you doing here?
Do you know what's happened to my 2 associates?
Yes, unfortunately, we saw them getting arrested.
Arrested? What, by mining
Uh,
union?
No,
Ariado.
those horrible stormtroopers, bastards.
What? And who are you?
Let's put it this way: I'm no friend of the authority.
Oh, rebels. Come on. Look,
Well, I
isn't
mean,
it time you guys gave up the shenanigans and just like...
I'm no rebel. I'm here to help a friend,
Who's your friend?
and I'm going to be studying his face when I say this. Clem, I owe her a favor.
His eyebrow raises.
Taslin sort of leans over and goes, "Can I shoot him yet?"
Look,
Just kind of
he
give
goes.
you the
He
signal,
comes out.
not
He
yet.
steps out, right, and he kind of like next to the doorway. There's like a few boxes kind of stacked up, and he puts his gun on there, so it's not in his hand, but it's still within reach. Yeah, and he says, "Look, like there's some serious moves by the authority going on this world. They're trying to buy out the government from, well, the administration from beneath the governors."
Oh, that'd be all those trade deals that we saw about.
That will indeed be all those trade deals we saw.
We believe that Clem Lacuva has some information or knows something.
Do you know where Clem is?
I don't. All we knew was the name Administrative Rift and Vinka Rastin.
So how did you come by her comm device?
What?
I'm going to be studying his face.
He wasn't
quite
in the room,
intently.
remember? He's like, he didn't see what
Yeah,
happened.
but I
up
don't
there.
know that they could pick
Yeah,
that
sure.
up in the room.
We didn't have a comm device. Did that?
That's
Have you got her? What was it up in the room? What was going on?
It was dropped in the kerfuffle with the authority troopers. I managed to obtain it without.
What about
anyone
Rift?
seeing.
Did you find him? Figure out why he's important?
No, he was murdered.
What?
By your guys.
No. We were not on a hit mission. Not this time. We were specifically to try and meet with to reach out to Clem to find out what was going on. We've been trying to follow her. We need to know where the general is.
General, I'll say, kind of feigning ignorance.
Tatling's not nearly as intelligent
No,
and goes,
I'm a
"Lofax?"
very good liar.
No, but
Isn't that Lofax?
everyone's kind of heard of, it's kind of like a big, there's a big public thing that the authority are blockading Sullust until General Lofax is handed over to them.
Oh, okay, I
Yeah.
forgot about that bit. Okay.
Yeah. The general, the rebel general who's hiding out somewhere. We're trying to
What do you
find
want?
him.
What do you want with him? Surely you don't need a general in the New Republic.
We've got plenty of generals in the New Republic.
So what
He's
do you want another
an
one?
extremist. He won't stop the fight. And now his foolishness is causing a member world of the New Republic
New Republic,
horrible
Old
situation.
Republic, Empire, they all fail to do their job properly.
Well, that's why we're here.
We haven't had a chance yet, all right? We've just started. This is different. It
With all
means
due respect,
something. It's
I
real.
was there when the Old Republic existed. You didn't do a good job then. I don't think a Republic's going to
That's
change.
nothing to do with me.
Look,
Yeah,
we're
but
getting,
here you are,
we're getting
doing cloak and dagger.
sidetracked. So,
Yeah, sorry, David.
do you have any information on where Clem might be?
Well, so
I'll
we
put
had
in a
the
good- I'll
name
put in a good word
Administrative
for you.
Rift and Vinca Rastine, right? So Administrative Rift we knew was at the mining union location generally.
And that's why you killed him.
That we didn't kill him.
Well,
She must have killed him.
That seems unlikely.
She's a rebel. They kill people.
Is she though?
That's what they do.
Well, as far as I can tell, everybody seems to kill everyone apart from us, obviously.
Yeah, we only stunned those guys earlier.
That we were trying to find Clem so we can find the general.
Well, if there's anything you've got that could help us find Clem, I will be sure to put in a good word.
Well, we can do an exchange, Kevin. We got some information that might be useful.
Such as?
Some information that might be valuable is the word you're looking for. Valuable.
Valuable isn't always credit, Kevin. Sometimes valuable is other information.
Well, we have, manifests between the
Rift.
trade union at Rift and the Ariadu Authority.
Like,
Shipping manifests,
can you show
trade
me?
deals.
I won't touch it. Can you show me just to prove? Like,
I'll bring up like a small part of the
Sure.
data
yeah.
and
There's a
kind
look.
of hold it up.
Okay,
so
so
you can see.
Ariadu Authority are using the mining corp as a front here to like muscle in. Is that what?
I mean, we have a lot of their trade data. We obviously haven't had a chance to go through much of it yet.
But it's certainly picked up of recent.
Okay.
At least that's what our manifest droid said.
I'm sure there must be some kind of reward for such intelligence.
I'm not really in a situation to pay you any money. They don't send me out into the field with a whole load of credits unless we need it for our operation. And this was supposed to be fairly quick. Make contact, not get embroiled in some kind of murder and chase. Look, I need your help.
The Republic always needs somebody's help.
We look. If
Lots
it's,
of people
if
seem
it's
to need my
money
help.
you're after, then it's money we can give you.
Now you're talking my language.
I need your help to recover my colleagues.
That's genuine Taslin laughing at him.
Yeah, I'll just kind of raise an eyebrow. I mean, they are with the authority. That's
But the authority don't have a large force here, right?
how
They're
am I
mostly camped
supposed to
out in a
know?
shuttle at the starport, and over at their mining base over on the eastern flank of the city, near the industrial pylons.
I thought the Republic were all about peace. Now you're actively asking us to engage in conflict with the Ariadu authority.
You're, as you pointed out, you're kind of independent people who aren't associated with anyone. So if you were to do it,
Plausible
hang
on.
deniability.
So you want us to do the work for you?
yeah, how about I pay you to do it? I can call up my contacts.
I mean, that's going to be expensive attacking the Ariadu authority. There are some lists you just don't want to be on.
We're all
Fair
on their
point.
list, he says very seriously.
Well, we're not. You might be.
Well, wait till they're done with us. They'll come after you. That's what they do.
Well, you know, that sounds like a you problem right now.
And don't we have a letter of recommendation?
We have
He
many.
laughs.
Everyone wants us.
Right. Okay.
So, what
okay.
are you offering for us to do this for you?
Some credits. I don't know how much I can offer you right now, but I can make contact and let you know. Look.
I'll give him my comm information.
Okay.
If it's worth my while, we'll consider.
The only other thing we knew is that Vinka Rastin was involved somehow. He's the Grand Governor of the city and
I know
therefore
who he
on the
is.
council of Malastair. And the two locations were picked up in communications. One was his residence, and one was the Memorial Stadium.
I see. And
And
know
like
where,
he like
do we have any
he
details
like waves
about
his hand in the air
residence
like,
now?
and it's there's something big going on tonight, right? So I figured that's a perfect cover for any kind of activity. And if you're saying she's come to meet someone, then
I never said that. I'm just here to honor a favor.
okay, right, a favor
yeah,
to
I
a
mean-
rebel who just murdered someone.
Hey, look, what people do, that's up to them. Sometimes you have to get favors from wherever you can get them.
Okay,
We,
it's like that. Okay,
we're just
you're
an
going to side
independent
with the
tra-
authority.
Not
you're gonna
siding with anyone.
side
I'm an independent
with
trader, just
the
trying to
dark
make my
side.
way in the galaxy.
Sure, on the Wayfarer.
Oh, you're quoting hokey religions at me now. Interesting.
Hokey religions. Oh dear. Okay. Well, look, if you're not going to help me,
Did he literally just name drop my own ship at me?
if you're not going to help me, then why are we still talking?
I didn't say we weren't going to help you. You were waiting to find out how much you would offer us for our services.
Well, I need to go and make a communication, and
While
I'm
you're
not
at
sure
it,
about.
ask them what they want for the data as well.
Well, I mean,
or
you've
what they're willing
told
to
me
offer.
this. You've told me the information. I don't really need.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
there's a lot of it. That was a very small snippet. And what's information worth without proof
Or details.
Sure.
or details?
Well, I think it's important information that may accelerate our operations here on Malastair rather than us getting into a bidding war with you over the data. We may just have to go and actively look. I'd prefer to do that with independent agents who could maybe get close without causing a ruckus and pay you some money. But if we have to send in a team, then we will.
Well, again, let us know what you're willing to offer for our services.
Certainly.
We have no love of the authority, but I am
Don't really have any love of the Republic either, though, do we?
They're better than the authority.
We don't force people to work to death in mines. he kind of shakes his head at Taslim. He's like, "What? If you've seen what I've seen, you wouldn't say that."
My boy, I've seen way more than you could ever possibly see. You'll remember Taslin's quite old at this point. She's not a young, spry chicken. I was there when the Republic fell to the Empire, became the Empire. Corruption, that's all that's ever at the core of the Republic.
It's different now.
Of course
it's
it
different.
is. It's so different that I have assassins and spies on an independent planet. No
We're not
different.
assassins.
So that's
We are talking to Malastair about joining the Republic. Anyway, look, I will go and communicate. And as he says that, Kayvan, Clem's communicator in your pocket buzzes.
I'll kind of back away. And is it a message or?
No, it's a call.
I will just hit on. I'll kind of hold up my hand for silence. Hit answer so it goes into my comm read without saying anything.
Hey, who's there? This is Clem. Who? I need help. I need help. You got?
Is it Clem's voice I'm hearing?
Yeah, it's Clem's voice you're hearing.
Where are you?
Kayvan, is that you?
Where,
You got
yes.
here.
I'm here. Where are you?
I'm in some trouble.
Isn't everyone?
I'm at the Rastine family residence on the edge of the city. Can you get there? Get here?
Yes.
And then
Do I know where it is?
Yeah, we got the plans and stuff.
Okay.
got the
Oh,
plans
that's
and
that's what I,
Okay.
yeah.
And then it goes.
and then it
off.
cuts. And
Okay. I'm
you
assuming
thought
I know
you heard a
what-
noise before it cut off.
Was it a blaster shot
You're not 100% sure. It sounded like something loud.
and blastery?
Maybe.
Okay.
And we're going to end our episode there.
Of course we are.
Cool.
Of course we are.
Okay. Well, some fun and games on Malastair. Thank you very much, guys, for playing. That was a lot of fun.
It was.
I was chatting with Leon earlier on today about this episode and how I was like, I really don't know what they're going to do. I really don't know if they're going to shoot the troopers or start a big fight or get all murdery and all that kind of stuff. So it was really cool to see
I
how
thought we were quite restrained.
It was really good. Not like
I
we
think that was more aimed at my character.
Indeed.
Well, I was thinking that Kayvan wouldn't necessarily initiate anything, but if Taslim started, then Kayvan would get involved. So, but yeah, no, really cool. Like I was like, it was definitely one of those. Let's throw a problem, but not a solution. And there's threads, so it's good you're pulling on them. So that's cool. Very cool. Very much enjoyed it. It's nice to get back to GMing a game. So thank you very much to my players. Thank you very much to everyone watching. Please don't forget to go and check out all our social media. If you're watching on Twitch, then please join us at the weekend. Give us a like and a comment and a subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you get your notifications, and even join the channel if you want to and throw some Imperial credits our way. If you are watching on YouTube at the weekend, please don't forget to come and follow us on Twitch as well, where you can interact with us and say silly things in the chat and we'll react to them. Check out our Discord. We've got nearly 700 people talking about role-playing games, food, all kinds of weird and wonderful
Board
things
games,
on there.
war games, TV.
Exactly. And obviously we've got Mandalorian new season starting soon, so there'll be some conversations about that on there. And also check out our Patreon. All of this stuff is thanks to our lovely patrons who support us, allow us to pay for all our licenses, all our gear and all that stuff. So that's great. Thank you very much, you lovely people. Even if you don't want to support us on Patreon, there's loads of free stuff on there as well. So do go and check it out. There's loads of funky things there. And also do check out the website where we got our cheat sheets from.
Oh, yeah.
The storyspanner.net, because they're really, really handy. They tell you about all the extra actions and how you can spend your advantages and all that cool stuff. So that's really cool. Millie, what else is going on the channel?
What do we on Thursday?
Yeah.
If you want to stay up really late, or you're up really early, you could watch Achtung Cthulhu later with Matt and the crew, which I think is connected to the Forest of Fear stuff via one of the characters was the boyfriend of a different character, so
Yes.
there is like a connection between the two of them.
A tenuous link.
Tenuous link, which is brilliant. But yeah, they're searching for Atlantis or something weird because it's Achtung Cthulhu, of course.
Yeah.
That's later on. And then we are having a well-deserved break over the weekend because space is very far away. You have to come all the way out to
Are
space.
you sure it's not really small?
No, it's definitely very far away. It says so in the opening scroll.
Okay.
Yeah, it says so. So we're having a break over the weekend, and then we're back in a different part of space, dealing with the aftermath of like an explosion, politics, people, and also somebody's going to school in Coriolis on Tuesday. Come down
I'm starting
onto
a revolution.
Yeah, Yusuf is starting a revolution. Graham Graham, who plays Silsilla, is probably going to do something left. And Ben and Shanaz are going to start a union and control the world.
Yep.
And then more info. Just come and join us on Discord and we can find all the info there.
Mm-hmm.
But stick around because Shadow of Atlantis.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much, everyone. Thanks for joining us for Fractured Empire, and happy gaming. Bye-bye.
Bye.